The key to successfully closing a deal, to successful sales, is strategic preparation, because it's like a formula. Once you grasp the concept, then you're able to apply it to every encounter. So if you're ready for money to come knocking at your door, then you've definitely got to stick around. Hi, my name is Visualisation. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you're looking forward to more videos on personal finance and personal development, please do, well, if you're watching on YouTube, please do subscribe, comment, and like. And if you're watching on Facebook, please like the page and follow it for more updates on such. It is Visualisation on both platforms. Right, so I've noticed how everybody's got something going on these days. Everybody's selling something, be it your makeup babies, Herbalife, the nails. Other people are even selling their skills, you know, trying to do some Excel for somebody, all those complicated things. You're making people pay for that. We see you. And you're doing such a great job, right? So now we want to see how we are going to convince people to see us worthy of their money. I've seen a post on Facebook where somebody was saying that we should stop trying to make our businesses like marketing our businesses like they are NGOs asking for people to have sympathy or support you. Like, yo, prove to me that I need to be giving you my money. So this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to establish how to actually make people see the worth of your product or your skill or your service or whatever it is. So I want to divide this into two, the pre-encounter and the post-encounter. Well, not the post-encounter because it's joy, the pre-encounter and the encounter. So the pre-encounter is the phase where you actually sit down and prepare what you're going to be saying to your client. And then the encounter is the interaction that you have with your client and how you carry yourself during the encounter. So the difference here is the pre-encounter is what you're going to say, and the encounter is how you're going to carry yourself, right? So I have 4 tips for each of these phases. And the first one for the pre-encounter is the pledge. The pledge. First, we want to give them the pledge, the promise. What will they gain from actually listening to you? And this is the first thing you say when you talk to them, because the first 6 seconds of an encounter are the most important ones, because you either engage your client or you lose them right there. Now you want to grab and retain their attention at that very moment, because the idea is to get them to loosen up and actually listen to what you actually have to say. So I'll give an example of what I said in this video. When the video started, I said, so if you're ready for money to come knocking at your door, then you've definitely got to stick around. Or let's say you're selling irons. I don't even know if that's what it's called, an iron, like a fabric straightener. I don't know. You could just walk up and say, hey, did you know you could never walk around with a wrinkle in your life? And the client would be like, a wrinkle? What you mean a wrinkle? Do I have wrinkles on my face? I don't know. Maybe it's just gonna piss them off or something. I don't know. But just think of something creative, guys. Something that will engage them in the first 6 seconds, which is the pledge. Number 2 is visualization. You need to create an image in the head of your client that they need your product, that it is them personally needing your product. Take them back to a point in time when they actually needed your product. In that head, let them imagine themselves when they needed your product. They may or may not have known it, but they need to know that they need this product, because it is only then, if you can get into their head, that you can convince them or you can relate to them on a personal level, right? So let me give you an example of what I said in this video that I think was the visualization. So I've noticed how everybody's got something going on these days. Everybody's selling something, be it your makeup babies, Herbalife, the nails. Other people are even selling their skills. So imagine you're sitting at home with your daughter doing homework, right? And she's studying for tomorrow's examination. And already you guys are panicking. You don't know what to touch, what to leave out, what's important, what's not, what to study, and what you shouldn't study, and already everybody is panicking, and all of a sudden the lights boom out and you don't even know what to do. You're like, oh my god, I need to keep things together. Your daughter's screaming, she's crying, she doesn't know what she's going to do because she can't study for tomorrow, and she's yelling at you like, your mom should have bought an extra bulb. Look, right now I can't even study, it's all your fault. And you're like, fine, calm down, I have a solution. And you bring along a candle, you light it up, you give it to your daughter to study with, and all of a sudden it trips, it falls on the book, it bends, everything is bending, everything is chaotic. But you could have avoided all of this if you had bought a bulb that notifies you 5 hours well in advance before it actually says goodbye to the family to meet its ancestors. Okay, maybe don't do that, right? Don't do that. It's okay. But I think you get the point. I hope you get the point. But anyway, moving right along. Nobody likes to be used as an experiment. That's why people like seeing reviews from other clients that you've had. They need to see what your product has done or how it has helped another person before. Say you're selling Herbalife, you want to show them the before and after pictures as the proof that your product actually does work, or maybe show them the orders that you've gotten from other clients to show the person that people trust this product. So it is important to show your clients proof that your product is very, very good. The last thing you want to do is give them something that doesn't work, or you've overhyped your product. So they need to see the results that prove that you have a good product. The offering is now what you're offering to the client, where you get to talk about your product features and logically try to explain to the client why they need to buy your product. You need to know your product, and when you're talking to them, make sure that the features of the product that you're talking about are linked to the benefits, because you can tell me all about how your product has 750 volts per hour, and I'll just stare at you like, yeah, but so what? What does that have to do with me? You need to convince me that this is for me, it will benefit me. So you can't just talk about the benefits, about the features, and not talk about the benefits. So you need to link those features to the benefits. And when you're talking to your client, make sure that they can see the expert in you. Make them feel like, yo, this person knows exactly what they're talking about. And this is why you need to actually sit down and prepare, so that you know what you're going to say to them, right? So let me give you an example, ne? So let's say you're selling colognes, right? And you're talking to your client about the product features. You could say something like, this cologne contains chlorofluoride, manganese, which when chemically reacted with heat produces sodium potassium, and this is the great smell that you're catching, the great scent that you're catching right now. So basically, the more the heat, the nicer you smell. I don't know, man, just say something creative, something thoughtful, but let it all be true. Let it all be true. You do not want to disappoint your client, right? So it's important to get down to the itsy bitsy tiniest parts of your product, something that will actually make the client believe that they need to buy your product. The best part about this, though, as much as it sounds like a lot of work, is that you only do it once, and then after that you can just study those notes and you will know your product by heart. So I'm done with the pre-encounter, but I feel like one other thing that you need to know and do beforehand is to write down all the possible excuses that you could get from your client and come up with solutions, possible solutions, before actually going to meet them. Because you know for sure somebody will tell you, I don't have money, I don't have this, come up with, like, maybe tell them I'll give you a payment plan, you could do it in installments or something, I don't know, but write down the excuses that your clients could give you and the possible solutions. It'll help you. The first thing is confidence. You need to be enthusiastic and confident about what you're saying. They need to see that you know what you are talking about. They need to see that you're an expert. People listen to experts, and this is why you actually had to do your pre-encounter, so that you are prepared when you come to them. Number 2 is for you to control the conversation. You don't want to find a point whereby the client is the one controlling what you guys are talking about. They'll ask you questions, they'll give you excuses, and it's very easy for these two things to derail or to run away from what you're trying to talk about. So even when they're asking questions, answer them and then bring them back here. You don't want the conversation to be out of your hands because you're trying to make a sale. You don't want to be talking about the client's money problems. So keep it here. So you need to be persistent, not annoying, but persistent, because usually your client won't just say yes to your product the first time you're talking to them. So it's important to just keep advertising, even if it's not face-to-face, but online or something. You need to keep advertising, because as you keep advertising, there's a tiny little ounce of yes that is getting into their hearts. And the more, but they'll still say no. So the more and more you give them reason to buy your product, then those tiny little yeses are accumulating. They're still saying no, but those tiny little yeses are accumulating. So as you keep going and giving them that information, then eventually they'll say that yes out loud. The fourth and last point is body language. So the secret here is for you to match the body language and mood of the client. So don't be too loud or too reserved when you're talking to the client. The last thing you want, or it's really not compelling to have a salesperson who is the complete opposite of who you are. So as you're talking to them, make sure that you are paying attention to their body movements, to their mood, to how loud they are, and just try to match that. If they're moving, if they're sitting like this and they're watching you, you could just wait a few seconds and also do that. If they do this, wait a few seconds and also do that. Apparently it's called rapport, but it's important for you to match the body language, and there is your sale. Thank you very much for watching and making it this far. I really do appreciate it. If you're watching on Facebook, please like the page and follow it. If you are watching on YouTube, please do like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you.